Yo, what's going on, everybody? Loud and clear. I got some boys with me. We're talking about the game. And the game this weekend, the first game of this week is going to be Arsenal versus Aston Villa. At Aston Villa's Park. What do they call it, guys? I forget what they call it.
Villa Park.
That's what it's called, yeah. So we're going to get into this, guys. We're going to be talking through the game. I got some guys with me. I got Laurie. I got Rams. I got Harry. Kesh is supposed to be coming through. We got more people coming through. We got the link in the description for people who want to jump in themselves. And we're going to be going through the game in detail. So first things first, I got to talk about the panel. Who do we got with us? Because Rams, I think it's the first time you come on the channel. Harry, yep. Second time. Laurie's been on several times now. Now, big up to all you guys for coming on and appreciate it. Now,
always a pleasure.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks for having us, bro.
Now, I haven't actually gotten to ask you guys this question before, but I want to ask each person, what's their story? How did they get into Arsenal before we get into the thing? So, Harry, I'll start with you. How'd you get into supporting Arsenal?
Well, cut a long story short, my dad took me when I was like maybe 9 or 10. So my first season was 95, 96, I think it was. And then like my first full season as an Arsenal fan was the first double that we won in 97, 98. And then, yeah, we were season ticket holders, lucky enough, at Highbury. Then when obviously we moved to Emirates. So, yeah, I've been supporting Arsenal for a long time. Lost my love for it a little while back, maybe when the whole Wenger out thing was happening. I kind of struggled to enjoy it as much. But and then obviously when Emery came in, I struggled with it. But now I'm enjoying it once again. And it's a nice distraction during lockdown.
Nice, Harry, nice. And then you're in the UK, correct?
Yeah, East London, yeah. So about 20 minutes from Highbury. Awesome.
Same with you, Rams?
East side. I'm East London as well.
Oh, nice, man.
And what's your story, Rams?
Yeah, man. So I've been supporting Arsenal from way back, from like Ian Wright days, really. He got me into Arsenal, really, just watching the guy play. Just with a joy and a smile, man, just made me fall in love with the club. So yeah, and from then on, pretty much been hardcore Arsenal all the way through, up till now. And then yeah, about 5-6 years ago, started a YouTube channel with Neeks, called Neeks Sports. Go check it out, people. And it's basically me and my co-host Neeks, who you may have seen on the Football Terrace with a gal. He is a Man United fan, and yeah, what we were doing pre-COVID was going to stadiums and just getting match reactions from all over the UK, really. But yeah, due to no fans being there, we've resorted to just being online at the moment as well. But yeah, we do match previews, match reviews, and we also have a podcast called Nick Sports, which you can check out on YouTube and Spotify and iTunes. And yeah, that's me, boy.
That's Rams, people. That's Rams. So we've already heard Rams' story. Now we've heard Harry's story. Now it's Laurie's story. Laurie's I think he's in the park walking home right now. What do you say,
I'm
bro?
just getting comfortable. Like I'm getting away from the kids. I'm on the other side of the park because last time I streamed with you in the park, you said you could barely hear me.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm in a more designated area in the park. But basically, my story is not too dissimilar to Harry's. So my dad was a season ticket holder and a regular goer to Arsenal games. And he started taking me from I want to say it was the season before we did Anfield 89. So around then, because I'm West Londoner born and bred. So QPR was really the team in West London at the time. It weren't Chelsea or Fulham, but I opted with Arsenal. So yeah, been a supporter since the 80s, showing my age here. And then in terms of the same scenario again, similar to Harry's, My dad lost his season ticket when we went to the Emirates. By the time we was at the Emirates, I had my own little family, so I was going more to the Champions League and Cup games. So I wasn't going as much as I used to when we was at Highbury. And now, yeah, just doing YouTubing, being a family man. And as much as I love Arsenal, I don't let them get to me like a lot of other fans. That's hence the name Realistic. Kind of like, it's not that I'm accepting the terms of where we are, but we can shout and scream till the cows go home, but we know we're not going to get any further if we don't unite as a fan base and if we start to look at things more realistically.
Yeah, true. I hear that.
Yeah,
now,
preach to that.
100%. Now, first thing I'm going to say, guys, before we get into the details of anything in regards to the game, have you guys heard any stories lately in regards to Arsenal? Because what I've heard was a little story about Calum Chambers. I don't know if you guys know, but Arsenal are looking to actually let go of Calum Chambers in the summer, and they're looking to get about 16 million. So does that sound about right to you guys when it comes to how much we should be going for when it comes to Calum Chambers? And also, people in the comment section, if you haven't already liked the video, smash a like on the video, share the video, tell your friends, tell a friend to come join us. And we're going to be talking about Arsenal for the next 2 hours. You guys don't have to stay for the whole 2 hours. If you don't want to, you can jump out whenever you want, of course.
Nothing else to do, man. Nothing else to do.
So yeah, Calum Chambers, what do you guys think? Do you think he's Arsenal level? Are you surprised that we want to get rid of him? What do you think?
I'm surprised he's still at the club, in all honesty. Sorry, Harry.
No,
I'm surprised he's still at the club, in all honesty. Whenever he's got a chance, he's looked like a 5-6 out of 10 player. He hasn't had many outstanding games. His injury record speaks for itself. Because he's English, I don't know if that's why we've kept him and for the homegrown thing, but he's someone that should have gone really, after he had that good season with Fulham, it was a case of when he was on loan, we should have looked at it then and like cash in on him or give him another chance. Ultimately, if we'd cashed in on him, we could have got at least, I would say, between 20 to 25 mil at the time, because English players are always going over value. And in terms of where he is now in the team, he's nowhere to be seen. So if we'll be lucky to get the 16 million, I think we'll get more closer between 10 to 15 for him. But he's not in Arteta's plans. He wasn't in Emery's plans barely. And he was one for the future, but the future looks bleak for him in a nutshell.
1 second, we got Brendan here also, so we're just gonna add Brendan in also, and then Harry, I'll let you go first. I'll let you go second. What do you think about the whole Calum Chambers thing? And 16 million, is that enough?
Yeah, I think it is. I can't remember what we paid for him. I think it was a similar amount, or maybe 25 for some reason is sticking in my mind. Yeah, I think he had a decent season in Emery's second season. I remember him showing signs of improvement, and I feel like it kind of clicked for him. I feel like he thought, you know what, I'm going to be a centre-back and I'm going to read the game better. He knows he's slow, so I felt like he was accounting for that lack of pace. And I did see an improvement in his game, to be honest, and I wasn't against him being a squad player. But then, like you say, he's done his knee again or got a big injury, and he hasn't really featured. I think Arteta probably keeps him because obviously he fits the homegrown criteria. He's quite versatile, so if there is an injury crisis, it helps. And also, one thing that's important is that sometimes if you're going to have a squad player in the team, or you're going to have a squad player around, they've got to have the right attitude, they've got to be patient, they've got to be humble. And I think he has all of those characteristics, which is why he's probably stayed a bit longer than other players might be. So, for example, Mustafi or Socrates, in Chambers, you've probably got a bit more of a team player that fits in with everything. So, I mean, listen, if we decided to keep him, I wouldn't be terribly against it for all of those reasons. But in terms of quality, he's not to that standard. But I do think there is a good player in there. I really do. I think he's an underrated footballer in terms of his passing range and his ability on the ball. I just don't think we've ever had a chance to see it. And because of his lack of pace, I think at right back or centre back, sometimes he's been shown up. But unfortunately, injuries have hampered his development, and he'll probably never get a chance to turn the corner. So if you can get your money back, then do it.
Yeah, these burner accounts are getting ridiculous now. Anyways, Brendan, what's good?
Good, mate. How are you?
What's going on? I'm chilling, man. Yeah, we're just talking about Calum Chambers, and I don't know. Do you guys have anything different to say, Rams or Brendan? What do you guys think? Or should we just swiftly move on to David Luiz and the stupidness?
I kind of agree with what Harry was saying, to be honest with you. I don't feel like he's going to really get an opportunity. So like Harry was just saying, if we can get money back for him, get money back for him. But I wouldn't be against him staying as a squad player either. I do feel like we need better than him. I'm surprised, really, that we haven't given him an opportunity in central midfield, because he played there for Fulham and he was pretty decent. So, I don't know. It's a tough one to call, that one.
Yeah, so as you guys can see right here, this was what I was going to ask the next topic. Just moving on swiftly. David Luiz, red card was not overturned. And you know what? The funny thing is, if it was a game where we won like 3-0 and this red card happened, we wouldn't be complaining as much. But look at what happened over at Southampton, Man United. They basically overturned his red card, but David Luiz, they don't want to overturn his red card. I think they don't like him. I think the referees genuinely have they don't have an agenda against him, but they're quicker to book him based on his reputation than other players. And I felt like that was not a booking. If you look at the similar situation with Colony and Pogba, the referee went over to the VAR table, checked it, did not give a penalty, and gave actually a booking to Colony for diving. So, was it a dive? Did he deserve the red card? What do you guys think? I've kind of now calmed down. I still think the referee's a piece of shit, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Harry, I'll start with you. Or no, Rams, I'll start with you since you didn't get to go last time.
Yeah, see, the thing is with when I did my review straight after the game, initially I was a bit, I weren't sure on the rule of it really. I weren't sure whether he should have been sent off, whether he should have stayed on the pitch. My initial thought was that it was going to be a red card, just because of the challenge, and because of who it is. And so, I initially thought, yeah, red card is going to go. But, having looked back at it and watched the replays, I think there's a hole in the law more than anything. I think the referee could have maybe been lenient, but there's a hole essentially in the law that says that essentially if you accidentally foul a man in the box, it's a straight red card if he's got a clear goal scoring opportunity. When in fact I think all footballers know that should never be a red card, because you're denying a clear goal scoring opportunity, but you got, it's double jeopardy, because you got the penalty anyway to score the goal, and then you send a man off. If it was on purpose, obviously, yeah, then he goes. But it's the accident. I guess the legal rule is that you have to go for the ball. So now they're telling us to. So if he slid in and took him out completely, then he would have got a yellow card, which is mad to me. So you clip him, you get sent off. You go to take his legs out whilst attempting to go for the ball. Essentially, you get a yellow card and you stay on the pitch. I think the law is more the problem than the actual decision. Again, like I said, I still think the referee wanted to send him off regardless. But there's a hole there, and it needs to be sorted ASAP, because this can't happen.
Definitely agree. Now, who wants to tackle this next? I feel like when it comes to David Luiz, we were quick to jump on David Luiz, but after looking at it, it was very harsh. Don't you guys agree?
Do you know what? Right, this is what I'll say about it. The rules are absolute rubbish. It is an absolute rubbish rule. Can you imagine if Roy Keane, Patrick Vieira, Jaap Stam, Martin Keown played in this day and age? They'd be getting sent off every game. It is stupid. But what I will say is David Luiz is a clown for getting himself in that situation in the first place, because if he hadn't have left his position, that situation would never have happened. So on his part, he needs to take blame, because he didn't read the game, he switched off, and he got himself into that situation. But what I want to know, right, is if the Southampton sending off can be overturned by the FA, why is David Luiz's one not overturned? Because it's exactly the same situation. There's no difference in it whatsoever. And this is the problem. There's no consistency in the decisions that are made. And I look at it like this, right? Earlier on in the game, Saka went down in the box, in the Wolves box, for, I think it was Ruben Neves, sort of went to tackle him and then pulled out of it. There's no difference in that to the David Luiz one. So if the David Luiz one is a penalty and a sending off, then so's the other one. So what difference is there? I don't get it. Makes no sense.
Let me just add Cam into the house. Cam's in the house. Cam, we're talking about David Luiz's penalty, and like we're just going through it. I feel like everyone here feels like it was harsh. I just want to get that out of the way. Am I correct?
Agreed. Totally agreed.
100%, yeah.
Cam?
I think it's a penalty. I just don't think it's a red card.
Yeah, same. That's what I'm saying.
We're disputing, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've got to be honest. Sorry, I don't even think it's a penalty.
You know what? Yeah, before someone, you know what it is? Yeah, I didn't really understand the whole VAR thing, the new rules that they've obviously implied in it. So I was like, yeah, and I was adamant. Well, he's last man, so regardless, it's a sending off. But then obviously people. So who is it? Someone sent me a post. Someone sent me a link, and I read the thing, and then I saw this fair play thing, like if it was unintentional and all that, then I was like, oh shit, no, fair enough, it's not a red card. But it was a penalty, but it's not a red card.
Cam, what's the difference between this and what Aspilicueta did in the FA Cup final?
Oh, nothing.
So how is this one not a penalty, but the other one is? It makes no sense.
It's because the FA are biased and they're incompetent, and that's the thing that I can't like digest. That they're punishing David Luiz for his previous offences. So in their head, they've already formed their perception of David Luiz. As soon as David Luiz does it, as soon as they see his hair go everywhere, they think red card. They don't even analyse it properly. The ref is so quick to put out of his red card because it's him. If that's Virgil van Dijk, right? And Virgil van Dijk would look at the play and say, get up, you're diving. James Milner would run in, Jordan Henderson would run in, all these British players, and the ref will go, oh, actually, yeah, do you know what, that could be a dive. Because it's David Luiz, the refs have already formed their opinion. And that's where it's ridiculous. It's not a judicial system where you punish someone because they had previous, and then the next punishment is greater because they had previous. That's not how it should work. They're totally incompetent. There's an agenda, 100%. And I've watched that foul so many times. The Bednarek one is worse because Bednarek makes the mistake of going for the ball and then pulling out. That's worse. The Aspi one in the FA Cup final against Chelsea is worse because he's like his upper body is kind of like touching the back of Aubameyang, and there's a clear like fumble and a stagger. This one is just David Luiz trying to right his wrong, and then the knee hits the foot hits his knee, or the knee hits his foot. It's honestly, it's absolutely a joke. And the truth is, the reason why the FA didn't take away the red card is because there's a little loophole in the law, which means the Bednarek one isn't. But it's all about backing their friend on the pitch. You know, if Mike Dean in that Man United game went over to that monitor, right, that's because VAR have said, wait a minute, Mike, we think you might have got this one wrong. But Mike Dean, his ego is too big. He's too self-obsessed to say, oh, actually, VAR guys, you might be right. And VAR guys are too much of pussies to say to Mike Dean, Mike, you definitely got that one wrong. They just leave a ground of uncertainty just so they can protect each other. And look at the Emil Smith Rowe one in the FA Cup against Newcastle. Everyone watching that knew that wasn't a red card, yet they still gave the ref the power to go over to the monitor to then have the final say. When VAR looked at the Emil Smith Rowe one and they said, that's not a red card, go over and check. Why is he going over and check? Tell him it's not a red card, but they still want to give power to the ref on the pitch for as long as possible to give them their ego so they can manage their whole persona. And it's absolute bullshit. Honestly, I forgot about the David Luiz red card maybe a day after the game, and then that thing came out yesterday, and my blood's boiling again. And then you hear all of these accounts from pundits and that. It's just bullshit, and it's corrupt to the highest order. And VAR ain't going to make a difference because the people in there are all part of the same group, and they're all just trying to protect each other. It's fucking bullshit.
I couldn't say it better myself. Anyone want to add on to that?
It's hard to disagree with that.
Do you, a lot of people are saying we're crying, and like there's been wins.
It's not that we're crying. It's just we know, we all know that David Luiz is an accident waiting to happen, and to trip over your own feet and to be sent off for that is ridiculous.
Do you know?
But go on, Cam. Go on.
Sorry, no. I was gonna say, yeah, on the outsider's point of view, yeah, I'm still on the fence on it. Like, I do think there's a little thing against us, but I just think it's the rest supporting other teams. That's it. Because there's always been like that against us. But on the other side of it, from an outsider's point of view, like I saw a video where bare people were saying like, why is this one not a red card against Arsenal? Why is that one? But why is this and why is that? But I was thinking, you know how many teams can just make them kind of videos at the same time?
Yeah, that's true. That's so true.
It's true. It's just one of them. Like
Did you see my video?
like I said, I'm not even trying to defend what's happening to Arsenal. What the FA are doing to Arsenal right now. I'm just saying, but other teams from
Did you see my video on it?
could do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They could be like, well, hold on. I could go back to this one and this one and that one and that one since VAR and since this and since that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyone could do that sort of editing. But like, I don't know, man. It's weird. Man. It is a weird one because.
But there's also so many of them, though, Cam. Like, you think of like earlier on in the season when we played Leeds, Nicolas Pépé got sent off for that headbutt, right?
Don't know what happened.
Fred for Man United does it in the Champions League, and he does it more aggressively. He gets a booking. What's all that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's direct examples where you look at one incident and you can't understand why one is one and one is the other. But just back to the David Luiz, the problem I've got is everyone's saying like it's clumsy or he shouldn't have challenged. But I'm like, he was just running, like he was running back. What do you want him to do? You can't say, oh, just stop. If he went for the ball or if he really, really got tight to the defender and his upper body touched the back of the guy, but he was just simply just running. That's all he was doing, was running back. Like I don't see enough contact for that to be a penalty. If you have the same contact when you jump up for a header and someone grazes your back, you don't get a foul. If someone takes a throw to you and you try and control the ball and pass it back to the thrower and someone gets up your ass, you don't get a foul. But because of the context of it and he's running through, and furthermore, why were we still playing? Why didn't the ref just blow the whistle as soon as Leno took the goal kick? 2 minutes injury time. Why is the ref saying, do you know what? Wolves are shit. They're going for a bit of a bad run. Let them have an extra 20 seconds. And then as soon as that guy wins that knockdown and plays it to Podence, the ref goes, oh, wait a minute. There's a situation developing here. Cool. Blow your whistle. We're over time. Oh, no. Carry on. Oh, shit. Look, I'm giving a penalty and a red card in like 47th minute and 30 seconds. It's narratives and it's fucking bullshit. And it still pisses me off, man.
Before we go, have you guys seen Lee Judge's tweet about he actually went on his phone, wrote down the games that we played that we had against 12 men, and he said what happened in those games. So he noted against Leicester, Mustafi gets kicked in the head, nothing from Jamie Vardy, not a red or anything. Eddie Nketiah gets sent off, and disallowed goal for Granit Xhaka interfering with the goalkeeper when he's actually standing at least 2 feet away from the goalkeeper. Okay, so that's also Craig Paulson in that game, just so you guys know. Another game, what was it? Obviously, what happened the other day, and there's just so many examples. 1 second, let me just get this tweet in front of me. So Eddie Nketiah gets sent off. Jorginho, the second yellow against Chelsea. Craig Paulson again didn't give it. Right.
I think we got booked for that one, right? Or Guendouzi got booked, or someone got booked for a penalty.
Mane,
right?
The game against Liverpool, Mane literally hitting.
Yeah, I remember, that's what I was gonna say. Face. Mane's got away with quite a lot,
bro. Yeah. Mane, Naby Keita kicked Eddie Nketiah in the chest, got a yellow card.
It's narratives, man. Narratives and perception, and that's all it is. And that's why it's ridiculous, because the refs should be totally impartial, and they shouldn't consider someone's history. They shouldn't consider the team, the run they're going through. They shouldn't consider anything like that. It should just be an impartial decision, and it's not. How many times did we see Coquelin get booked, like all the time, for nothing? Or even Xhaka, a foul gets booked, whereas other players get away with it because of how they are with the ref, because of their Britishness. So it's just all bullshit, man. I can't wait for I don't know, just football to be like controlled by robotic refs, and that's it. Because the FA, man, they're just so corrupt.
At least we can cut their power supply if they're messing up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Brad, tell us. Yo, I don't know about you guys, but if we win a game and a refereeing decision went against us in that game, I would still be pissed. I'm not one of these people who are just going to be like, yo, who has police in the house? Like, what the hell?
No, it's outside. It's me in the car. It's an ambulance.
I was gonna be like, what the hell's going on? But yeah,
Family.
nah, it's cool. But yeah, enough about that. Enough about the red card. What are you guys
Yeah, what's done
looking
is
forward?
done.
What are you guys looking forward to about this Aston Villa game? You guys looking forward to seeing the opponent? You guys looking forward to seeing a specific player? Because
For me,
if you guys have it, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say for me, it's the reaction now. It's about how we react. Listen, we've been, what was he, 7 league games unbeaten or something like that before the Wolves game, and to play like, I know we got caught up on the David Luiz, but we need to remember how well we were in that first half. And for 46 minutes, we absolutely ripped them apart. Arguably the best we played in the first half of the season. And I was actually worried going into the game in terms of how we'll play, because we tend to start slow in games. But you know, Saka hit the post in the first minute. You know, could have had a hat trick in the first 15 minutes. And and that's the worst thing about it. We should have been 3-4 goals up. That red card should really not even have mattered if we actually took our chance. So, and obviously we had to pretty much defend the second half. So I hope we go with the confidence to say, you know what, screw the FA. Let's go react now and take our anger out on the pitch in the right way and deal with Aston Villa. And obviously it's not going to be easy. You know, the rumours are Rúnarsson's going to start. But we have to go out and play our football the way we were playing in the Wolves in that first half. And I think that's what Arteta will tell them. He'll tell them to go and play the same way that you started against Wolves. Like, go at them in the first half and, just do the same football. And, and you know, it's going to be a tough game, but that's the reaction we need to have.
I have an update on the whole Rúnarsson thing. I heard that Matt Ryan will be fit. Yeah.
Inshallah.
So when we do our predicted lineups, we will have the option of picking Matt Ryan, and I feel like Matt Ryan will be the starter.
I mean, in
fairness to
Rúnarsson,
I was hoping my guy was gonna prove everyone wrong but obviously,
No. If you had the choice to give him the opportunity to prove people wrong or play Matt Ryan, which one are you picking?
I'm giving him the choice. So just so we can confirm if he's that dead or not.
We ain't got time. We ain't got time to confirm. You ain't got time to confirm.
Okay,
we need to win games. You can confirm in a friendly in the summer. Don't worry about that. You got time to confirm.
Cam's on a troops thing. He's saying take your time with it, right?
I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm just saying that. Obviously, I feel like if he was to play, he will have a point to prove because of his last game.
in fairness, though, he did do well when he came on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do a lot, but what he did do, he kept it.
He made some crucial saves.
Yeah.
He kept the score respectable.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, if he does play it, like, I might get it wrong. If I get it wrong, then I'll hold my hands up. But
I'd still play Matt Rock.
I've just saying that on Twitter for about a week, bro.
That at all.
Yeah,
I was saying that on Twitter for a week. I want to do no podcast. I'm like, nah, I'm ill.
I think I'd play Bob Wilson if he was fit over Rúnarsson, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say,
let me just shout out some people in the comment section. Big up to Kirsten, big up to Shademan, big up to Kurth in the house. Who else we got? We got Chelsea's my name. That's my name. Big up to you. He's talking about Pepe is really good on the left wing, as I said before, where he should be. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna get into that when we're talking about the predicted 11. We got Abdullah in the house. But yeah, before we get into predicted 11, guys, is there anybody specifically you want to mention in the team? Because we're just gonna go through everybody right now. We're gonna go to predicted 11 right now. Holy shit! It's already 30 minutes into the video.
We don't really update on Tierney.
What?
Yeah, he won't be ready. He won't be ready.
Yeah, he's out 100%.
Right, that means we've got to look forward to Jack Grealish bashing Héctor Bellerín about again.
Yeah, okay, that's going to be a tough watch.
So first thing I'm going to do is Leno suspended, guys, for 1 game. So we know he's out. Rúnarsson or Matt Ryan. I feel like Matt Ryan's the option, right?
He's got the experience. He knows the Premier League. Yeah. So, yeah, it should be him in place.
It's also about ability on the ball, isn't it? Whilst Rúnarsson made some good saves, he also did kick the ball out for a corner. from a goal kick. So it's like if you have a goalkeeper that is really nervous on the ball and is asked to play a certain way, you're gonna put yourself in more trouble. So if Rúnarsson does play in goal, I really hope we don't try and play it out from the back, because then we might have some problems. And Villa will know that as well, right? Watkins and Barkley will just be on that keeper's first touch.
100%.
So, yeah, Matt Ryan all day.
Let me just read Shade Man super chat, £10, 10 Canadian dollars. Big up to you, Shade Man. One of my guys from Ottawa saying, big up everyone. Do you think we should put full focus on the Europa League because the chances are very slim to get a top 6 position, as everyone else above us has a game in hand? Benfica won't be an easy game at all. I think that's what he said. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? Focus on the Europa League or go straight and try to get whatever you can?
Well, we have to keep the momentum going at the end of the day. It's all well and good saying focus on the Europa League. We don't necessarily know that we're going to get past Benfica, and if we do, the teams that have dropped down from the Champions League, there are some tricky teams in there. It's not going to be an easy competition to win, so whoever wins it, it's going to be based on their squad depth and their squad quality in terms of the Europa League goes. Unfortunately, we haven't got that squad depth and squad quality that we can maintain it for the league and for the Europa League. So for me, I would like to focus more on the league and stability there. Although I've predicted would come between 8th to 10th, I still think that the focus should be on the league, getting a stability, getting a team that gels well together, and then we can assess our situation come the summer, what additions come in. I wouldn't lose any sleep whatsoever about not having Europe for a season and sort of learning and building on that, because the extra fixtures have taken its toll on our team as well. Saka's been out. I know we shouldn't really be relying on the youth, but Saka's been in and out of the team due to his fitness. Tierney, we've seen what's going on with him. Maré's been in and out of the team. Gabriel had COVID, but my point really is players have been in and out of the team because of the amount of games that we've got on the fixture pile up, because we don't know what's going to happen come the end of COVID. When COVID is finally gone, we don't know how fit the players are going to be and how rundown they're going to be, because another thing you've got to take into account as well is come the summer we got the Euros, which is allegedly going to be across the whole of Europe, so that's more traveling, another pre-season gone, and then we got the World Cup next year. So I wouldn't lose any whatsoever about not being in Europe next season, and as I said, just focus on league stability.
You know what? They might be making Champions League 6 teams from the Premier League, so that'll make it easier for us to get into the Champions League. I'll tell you that. Now, I think, Laurie, you basically answered the question, so there's no need to go over that again. What we're going to do is we're going to try to do a quick fire, go through the team sheet and see what people think. I'm going to go on Twitter for this one also, so people on Twitter can join us in for this. So question is, can we bounce back, right? Can we bounce back? We got to bounce back against Aston Villa, definitely, right? I got Harry, Rams. We got WSL in the house. Big up to WSL FC in the house. We got Cam, of course, Brendan. And yeah, let's get started. Cam just left out of nowhere. So, okay, so this is the team I went with, guys. So I just want to see if you guys agree with me. I'm going to go through the team. So I went with Matt Ryan in goal. Right. I went Hector Bellerín right back. I went Cedric left back. Kieran Tierney's out, or else I would have picked him, right?
Yeah.
Obviously Gabriel, since David Luiz is suspended, and we don't know about Pablo Mari's health. I also went with Rob Holding next to him, right? In addition to Rob Holding next to him, now midfield, I went Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka. I think that's the safest midfield, and that's the closest thing to what the manager will select, right? Here's where things got weird for me. I didn't know if I should go for Ødegaard, which I don't have a picture of, so there's Ødegaard's picture, and then or Emil Smith-Rowe. So I went with Emil Smith-Rowe just to be safe, and also I want to see Emil Smith-Rowe versus Jack Grealish. I don't know if there obviously it's not going to be a fair fight, but you just want to see that, right? As a fan, Saka on the right, and then it was between Aubameyang or Pepe. I went with Pepe just so he can keep his good form going. Lacazette up top. Now, starting all the way back at the left back spot, do you guys agree with me that if Tierney's not fit, it's obviously going to be Cedric, and then that's a nothing conversation. Bellerín and Cedric.
Tierney's not going to be fit, so it will be Cedric. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think even if he was fit, it would have been too much of a risk to play him against Villa. The way that they play on the counter and they're fast attacking, it's likely that he'll end up touch wood injuring himself again.
Yeah, they'll be able. They'll realize that he's injured as well, so they'll be putting a lot of pressure down that side. He'll get beaten quite a lot. So,
are you guys worried about Tierney being injury prone? He has good games, then goes back on the medical table. Big up to Laurie.
Hold tight, Gio, my biggest fan at the moment.
Yeah, guys, I'll answer this one. I think Kieran Tierney's injury history is a little bit of a worry. But the thing is, this is a guy who, when he plays, he'll give you 7 out of 10 every single game. So as he kind of reminds me of Nacho Monreal a little bit. So obviously a little bit better going forward, I would say. But when you have a player that's that good, as long as you can keep them healthy for maybe 25 to 28 games in a season, you don't mind if they miss that. You don't mind if they miss 10 games a season. I don't know about you guys, but if he's giving me 8 out of 10s every week or 7 out of 10. I don't mind if he misses 10 games.
I agree. I think there was a period where we overplayed him a little bit. He played too many games consecutively, and then he got injured. And I think he came back against Palace at home, and he wasn't his usual energetic self. Or it was one game where he missed a game and came back, and you could sense that he was playing within himself. But I agree, you just got to be careful, and we can't make the mistake of rushing players back. We do it all the time, and it works against us. So just take your time with it. And Cedric left back is the worst one.
You did that on purpose. Don't lie. Take your time.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I just realised. I don't think. You can say maybe he's injury prone if you look at his record from Celtic as well. But I think for Tierney, it's more the fact that he gets injured quicker. So it's not like Ousmane Dembele. He just gets injured for no reason. I think with Tierney, if you overplay him, you overstress him, that's when he's going to get injured. And I think I agree. I think he was played way too much. So I think we need a backup left back just to he didn't need to play the full game against Newcastle in the FA Cup, but he did. Yeah. If we had a backup left back, we could put him in there.
Literally our most creative option in that game. I don't think we would have won the game if he wasn't continuing to play. Yeah.
Also, quickly, I think Villa, they play with either, is it Traoré right wing or El Ghazi? Is that
one
right?
or the other? Yeah.
So I think if Traoré plays right wing, that would actually suit Cedric, because all Traoré wants to do is cut inside, and it's going to be more natural for Cedric to come inside with him than it is chase a right winger down the line. So, I mean, I don't think it's a biggie. I don't think Villa are scarily strong on the right-hand side. If you're asking me about a right back, I'd probably prefer to have Cedric on the right for this game, because I think he's a bit more physical than Bellerín against Grealish. But unfortunately, without a left back, we don't have that luxury.
Center back pairing. Is this our strongest center back pairing? Because I was just going to move past the Tierney conversation with a Holding and Gabriel, because some people are saying if Pablo Mari's fit, play him over Holding. But I think that's ridiculous, because Holding's been our best player all season at the center back position. I just want to ask you guys, center back pairing. Each person, Harry, what's your center back pairing for the season? If you just have to pick 2 names.
Sorry, but it was Holding and David Luiz until the other day. So I would go Holding and Gabriel. I don't think you can have 2 left-footed centre-backs. You just don't see it in football a lot because of balance. So personally, it would be Holding and Gabriel for me.
Ramsey?
Yeah, Holding and Gabriel for sure. The thing is, listen, Pablo Mari hasn't put a foot wrong. This is the worst thing about it. I mean, if Pablo Mari was fit, I don't even think he would have got dropped for David Luiz, let alone Gabriel. Coming into the start of our good run, he was remember, he's a big reason why we beat Chelsea and went on that run at the start. So listen, I wouldn't bring him back in this week just because he is just coming back from injury. I heard he may be fit for the bench, which is a good thing. But the problem we have is that our defenders are actually playing well when they come in. So now if Gabriel comes in and does well, he could now get the run. However, if Gabriel plays as bad as he did against Southampton, then I wouldn't be surprised that Mari comes back in going forward after Aston Villa again to next week. So, but yeah, at the moment you have to go Holding and Mari.
I was gonna go to Laurie. I don't know if you're there, Laurie. Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I just went to check on my son, see he's all right.
Yeah. Just before you go, I'm gonna read Kirsten's super chat, but I don't agree with what I'm about to say, people. He says Shaw is better than Tierney. Common knowledge, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's not common knowledge. But hey, anyways, you go ahead, Laurie, and then Brendan, go right after.
You're trolling, man. You're trolling. He's not better. Maybe on current form, but that's because Tierney hasn't had a full season, whereas Shaw has, and he stopped eating all the pies. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, for me, Holding has been. It's hard to disagree in terms of Holding has been performing. He's been very consistent. The $2 million that we paid for him has been value for money, but I don't think he could do it at international level. But he is reliable and does what he needs to do. A lot of us were pissed about him getting the contract extension, but then when you've got players out and when form isn't consistent, he's someone that you can bring in and rely upon. So he's reliable. So it is good to have him in the team. Relating to what Ramsey said in terms of Gabriel, for me, Gabriel's not fully fit anyway. So, and Marí hasn't put a foot wrong. I think our strongest centre-back pairing on paper at the moment is definitely Marí and Holding. But if Marí is available tomorrow, I still wouldn't want to rush him back. The problem that we're having, because the games are so thick and fast, I'd rather rotate the squad than bring in a player that hasn't played any game, had any match fitness, so that they just get a few minutes at the end of the game, depending on how the result's going. And then we integrate them into the team slowly like that. So tomorrow, I would stick with Holding and Gabriel, despite the game Gabriel had against Southampton.
Okay. Since we spent a lot of time on the midfield on the defensive pairing, I'm gonna give Brandon WSL and Cam the midfield double pivot. Right now, I feel like this is a pretty easy answer, but you guys might have a different answer. We all agree that Thomas Partey has to be in, but who you gonna partner Thomas Partey with, Brendan?
Oh, that's easy. It's Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka all day long. Since he's been playing next to Thomas Partey, he looks like a completely different player. And I actually feel that in the Wolves game, Granit Xhaka was the better of the two midfielders. But I think it's because Thomas Partey takes that little bit of extra responsibility off Granit Xhaka's shoulders. Granit Xhaka knows that he's got a player next to him who will cover in defensive areas, but can also do a job going forward as well. So, yeah, definitely Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. I have been impressed with Granit Xhaka since he's been playing next to Thomas Partey.
Cam, same thing? Or who do you put next to Thomas Partey?
Can you put? He's going to obviously play Xhaka. I'm not even going to say anyone else. He's going to play Xhaka, isn't he? So.
Don't worry. Okay. And WSL?
I mean, yeah, it's quite an obvious answer. Yeah, Xhaka.
Okay, so let's go to the next part of the midfield then. Are you guys playing Ødegaard or Emma Smith Rowe?
I'm playing Ødegaard for me personally. I mean, Smith Rowe looked tired. I thought he looked tired in the Man United game, to be fair. But he definitely looked tired by the end of the Wolves game. Surprised that he got the 90 minutes in the end, that he didn't come off for aubameyang or even at half time. The thing is, he's been playing well, but we need to be careful that we don't burn him out. And also, we've only got Ødegaard for about 20 games or so, less than that now, isn't it? So it's like we might as well use him whilst we got him as well, man. And I think he will start. I think Ødegaard will start personally. And it's important that he integrates as soon as he possibly can. You know, we've seen how long it can take players to settle in.
He needs rest.
And yeah, I think it'll be a good time to rest Smith Rowe, give Aston Villa a different proposition going forward, and I kind of like it. I kind of like the option of having both of them, because I know it sounds a bit weird, but with Ødegaard being quite naturally on his left foot and Smith Rowe on his right, it gives a different balance when you bring one on, because you automatically just start shifting the play a different way. Even if it's not directly, you just see that when Ødegaard came against Man United, he just started picking up the ball with his left foot and moving in different directions to Smith Rowe. So having one of them off the bench is a great option. But I'd definitely start Ødegaard. I know Zidane was talking this week about he wanted to leave, but Zidane told him to stay and fight. But he demanded that he wanted to leave, and that's what we like to see from our players. You want to see players that want to play football, and so Zidane didn't want to play him. Zidane told him to stay and fight, but he's like, no, I want to go play. So let him play, man. I'm excited to see him play.
Yo, guys, Cam, I know you're not shy. Guys, if you guys want to interject in each other's conversations, I'd encourage you guys to do that. If you want to jump in on somebody's point.
No, to be honest with you, I was gonna agree with that because obviously Smith Rowe's looking tired now. Like we've overplayed him. We've been saying it. Let's not overplay him. He'll burn out. He's starting to burn out now. I think the best man right now is Ødegaard. Give him a run out, see what he can do. And if he's not doing anything, bring him off. Force me for it in like the second half.
So
it's true. It's true what Ram says because obviously they're both different footed players. So one will go this way, but the other one will go that way. So they're used to the match you got in that way. You bring Smith Rowe on, suddenly shift changes. Yeah,
I agree as well. I think the only thing I'd say is I think Arteta's way of thinking will be different to ours. I think Arteta is so tactically focused that if he doesn't think Ødegaard is ready to play in his system or play the way he wants us to play, I think he might take his time with it. I think he might bring him on with maybe. No, I didn't. Sorry.
Harry, man, that's why.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But yeah, I think he'll just try to put him in. I think Ødegaard will get 20 minutes on the weekend, and I think he'll start against Leeds. That's what I think. I don't think he's going to be rushed by the fact that we've only got him for a short amount of time. I think he'll rather play him when he's ready. But then again, he might be ready in Arteta's eyes. But
let me just stop you there. Does anybody think Emil Smith Rowe has to start and it's a risk to play Ødegaard? Because I've heard that narrative coming from some fans saying Ødegaard's only played 35 minutes. What makes you think he's ready to play in the Premier League? I'm like,
I think personally, if Arteta chooses not to play him, and the reason why is because Ødegaard isn't in quotation marks ready. I think that's quite pathetic, really. I think Ødegaard's not, he's not like 18 years old. He's 22. He's played loads of games on loan. Look at what he did at Real Sociedad. They put him straight in the team when he went on loan there, and he did really well. I think again, he doesn't exactly have like a full season to prove himself. He has less than 6 months now, and we don't need another Denis Suarez situation where we loan this guy in, don't play him at all, and then he gets injured in training and can't play. I think Smith Rowe is really not unfit, but I think he's still trying to get used to the fitness of the Premier League. He's not Premier League fit yet. So if you keep playing him, especially against like really tough teams like Villa, United, Wolves, etc., he's just going to get injured. Look at Partey when he was overplayed. Look at Tierney being overplayed. We don't need Smith Rowe getting injured. We don't want him to turn out like Jack Wilshere. So I think he has to rest Smith Rowe, even if it isn't putting Ødegaard in. I can't see Smith Rowe playing. I'd put Pepe in the middle and aubameyang on the left if Ødegaard isn't in quotation marks ready yet. But I'm starting Ødegaard.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with WSL as well. I would say it's the other way around. I would say Ødegaard has to start, and it's more of a risk to play Smith Rowe because the last thing you want to do is burn this kid out. At the end of the day, we've got Ødegaard till the end of the season. He's probably not going to be here next season, so you might as well use him while you can. The last thing you want to do is start burning out this kid. And I look at it like this as well. His last 2 games, Emil Smith Rowe works very, very hard. But his passing's been a little bit loose in the last 2 games. And I think Ødegaard has that extra quality. I think he has more technical ability than Smith Rowe. So I don't think it's a risk chucking him in there. I would do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that in terms of ball quality, and Ødegaard's got a little bit more finesse. He can probably link up the possession play a little bit more, help when we're trying to penetrate. Whereas Smith Rowe is a little bit more off the ball, running off the ball, picking it up in little areas. So when we don't have the ball, sometimes he's not as useful. But I think if Ødegaard plays, it's simply because Emil Smith Rowe needs a rest. If Emil Smith Rowe plays, I think it's because Ødegaard's not ready.
Just really quickly as well, one last little thing. I think Smith Rowe has been singled out by other teams. I think obviously since he came in against Chelsea, he's been really pivotal to our attack. So I think a lot of teams have realised this and they've begun like putting a lot of players on him to kind of nullify him. I think Ødegaard they don't know. Like no team in the Premier League knows how this kid's going to play. Obviously, he's left-footed as well, which changes it. So Villa, they've got quite a strong midfield. Obviously, Grealish and McGinn, etc. So they're going to be trying to block off Smith Rowe as well. So if we play Ødegaard, who no one really knows what to do to stop him, he might be able to have like a field day. You know, he could easily boss the midfield and do something really good.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Cam for this one. Cam, are you playing Aubameyang or Pépé on the right? Pick your poison, and people in the comment section also pick your poison. And I need you guys to press those like buttons.
Do you know what? Yeah, I'll give it to Pépé for now because he has proven better on the left than on the right, which we bought him for. Yeah, I'll play Pépé just for now, but see how he is by half time. If he's made an impact, keep him on. If he doesn't seem like he's made an impact, try to bring Aubameyang on. Bring something different to your team. I know I'm quiet today, man. But people are like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
You're calm today.
Pepe, I'm in a calm mood today. You know, I got pack on my chest. So.
It's okay, bro. It's okay. You know, I'm literally out here like a radio host today with my new mic.
Yeah, just I saw it. It's nice, man. Nice.
Yeah, man. But yo, some people are saying they both. Am I hearing this correct?
What?
No.
Lacazette get dropped or Saka? What?
No way. Nicolas Pépé has to start. It's all about momentum and confidence. And at the moment, Nicolas Pépé has got the momentum. He's got the confidence. He's been scoring goals. He's been playing well. Aubameyang's not been that great this season. I'd be leaving Aubameyang on the bench. And not only that, Lacazette offers something that Aubameyang doesn't. He can hold the ball up. He can bring others into play. Aubameyang doesn't really do that. And the chances of us getting in behind Aston Villa in the way that we play, I think you're better off playing Lacazette up front than what you are Aubameyang and using Aubameyang on the bench.
I think as well, if Pépé doesn't start the game, I think Arteta's a massive hypocrite because he said, I think about 2 days ago, they actually asked him whether Aubameyang's able to play and he said yes. And then they asked him, is he going to start? And Arteta's words were, we play the players that are currently on form. And I'm sorry, but Pepe's on really great form and Aubameyang isn't. So by what Arteta said, he has to start Pépé. And if he doesn't, and there's no injury or anything, if it's a tactical decision, I think he's a hypocrite. Because you can't say that and then proceed not to start Pépé. Or I think as well, Pépé starts anywhere but on the left. I think that's stupid.
Did he not say just a couple of days ago that he's going to play players based on merit, and if Pépé continues his form, he's going to start?
Exactly. And look what he did against Wolves. We lost the game, but you know we still talk about his goal, and it was great. So
yeah, Pepe's going to start for sure. 100%.
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah,
100%. He's not going to drop him. I know that. If anything, I do think he might go Aubameyang over Lacazette. I do think that's a possibility because I'll tell you why. Because the last 2 times we played Villa, we obviously lost, and that's with Lacazette playing up front, back to goal. Now I know he brings others into play, but Tyrone Mings and Konsa, whatever his name is, they are 2 massive defenders. And in from my perspective, in the games that we got beaten by Villa and quite convincingly this season. I know we're out of form, but quite convincingly for them. That's bread and milk. Lacazette playing back to play.
It's called just bread and butter, bro.
No. This is bread and milk because they're going to eat the bread and they're going to drink the milk, and they're going to get up Lacazette's arse and they'll be on him. And Lacazette will have a tough game. Don't get me wrong, it might work out, but I would personally go Aubameyang up front. That's what I would do, just because I think we need to have
don't fall for Indiana's bait.
I'm not. Do you know what? Yeah, do you know why I'm being quiet? Yeah, because I tried to be that guy. Innit? I tried to be that trolling fan, and it just wouldn't. It fired back will be because my team can never back me up when I'm trying to back them. Innit? They end up throwing it in my face like I'm a piece of dirt. Innit? But you know what? I still love them. Innit? I still love them.
Listen, it does. Listen,
so I'm just gonna stay humble. That's why I'm just staying humble now.
Look at the Chelsea fan base. Look at the Chelsea fan base. They sacked their manager, and now they're saying they're the best thing since sliced bread. They're guaranteeing top 4 and everything. So it's like,
hey, Gal, Chelsea will lose a game like every team does, because every team loses a game every now and then, and they'll all start blaming Tuchel again. So just let them do that, innit? Let them have their fun moment, and then when they lose again, they'll all start complaining.
Okay, so guys, before we go, I just need to get Ram's point, Laurie's point on the front, the last two spots on the front three. Saka's guaranteed, everyone. I just want a yes or no. Saka's guaranteed start for everyone.
Yeah. The thing I got to say about Saka is that his role is actually important, because I know West Ham played Fredericks and Kufau on Wednesday night, and it worked a treat. Grealish was handled all game. In fact, Grealish ended up going on the right wing because they were doubling up on him. So I think Saka's role in this game is so important defensively with Bellerín, because if Bellerin's left one-on-one with Grealish, we saw what happened at the Emirates, like he ripped him. So, and with Saka obviously wasn't there that game, he was on the other side. So with Saka being now established right winger all of a sudden, his role is so important to help out Bellerín at the back. So yeah, I think Saka's got to be there, man, 100%.
Okay, guys, I feel like this is a no-brainer. This is a nothing question, just like the Xhaka question. So we move on, right? We keep it moving. Finally, I just want to tell you guys something. We have registered Balogun for the Europa League squad. Do you think he's going to get any game time in the Europa League?
No.
It's sad. It's sad, but I don't think so.
Okay. We have registered Gabriel Martinelli in the Europa League squad. Do you think he's going to be a big part of our Europa League campaign or the Premier League campaign for the rest of the season? Or are you guys worried about his injury history?
No,
if he's fit, if he's fit,
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not even an injury history though, is it? Like it was just a really bad injury, and I don't even think he's been that bad since he's come back. I think he's just trying to get back into it. You know, he'll find his like mojo again in the Europa League, and then he'll be on form again, and we'll forget we'll forget his little bad run of form.
It's 5 substitutes in Europa League, right? You can make 5 subs.
Yeah, I think so.
Right? Yeah, so they might get some more minutes. But then again, if because of COVID they take it to one-legged ties, it's going to be harder for these younger players to get minutes. But I think Martinelli's an exception because he's a bit of a game changer in that respect.
Okay, so guys, don't turn off your phones or your devices when you see this guy's face. But unfortunately, I have to talk about him. Willian, what do we do with him, man? Literally, I did that and like 7 people left.
You got to sell him.
What do we do with this guy? Look at Cam's face, guys. Look at Cam's face right now.
You made your feelings clear the other day on the watch along, and I think we all feel the same way, Gal.
Guys, if you haven't seen what I said on the watch along, I literally just said this guy doesn't bring any value to the team. He plays defensively well, but when he has the ball, you might as well not even have a player on the pitch because he's giving the ball away. Or not even being creative when he's giving the ball away. He's kicking the ball out of bounds near the and it's going for a throw-in every single time. Like
don't forget that world-class shot against Man United where he waited for Wan-Bissaka to come back and then shot.
Because he's
like he literally waited for Wan-Bissaka to come across the goal so he could block it, and that's when he shot.
I said to myself I wasn't going to bring this up, but he literally has a Chelsea shin pad underneath his Arsenal socks.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like,
does he really?
Yeah, he has Chelsea shin pads. Yeah.
Let me throw this question over to you lot, right? This is Willian's last big payday, right? After this, he's going to retire. He has absolutely no affiliation to Arsenal whatsoever. You know, that's it. He's here for a payday. That is it. And you know, he doesn't care. You can tell he doesn't care in the way that he plays, in the way that he presses the ball as well. At the end of the day, you got to tear this guy's contract up, and it's as simple as that. We've wasted a load of money again. And
it's hard to disagree with that. What I will say, he did look marginally better when he came in against Southampton. He did. He showed a bit more desire. And against Man United when he came on, I know he missed a chance, but he did change the pattern of the game. He did help us build up play a lot more on the left-hand side than Martinelli did. But it's still not good enough. It still doesn't justify the wage. And it certainly doesn't justify a playing spot. We're fortunate enough that Pepe's now found himself into form. So potentially it's Pepe and Aubameyang next in line to play rather than Aubameyang and Willian. But unfortunately with injuries, you don't know what's going to happen. You got to keep him in the mix. You got to try and let him find his confidence without it being detrimental to the team, because we will need him this season. We will. There'll be a time when we need him, and
I don't want him.
No, I know, but for him to be effective, he's going to need to get minutes here and there. And if you're just taking the Man United game into consideration, he wasn't that bad. I know he gave away some balls, but he wasn't as bad as what everyone makes him out to be. But agreed, man, it's not worth it. It's not worth the money. And he'll go in the summer. He'll go to
you see he's got to get minutes to
guys,
do something.
Can I stop you guys there? Stop you guys there? It's the halfway point. I don't want the Twitter video to be too long, because I don't think people are going to watch it all. So anyone who's still watching, big up to you. If you want to watch the rest of the video, come over on YouTube and you can watch us over here. And we're going to be going for a little bit longer now. So yeah, big up to everybody watching on Twitter. Oh, why did I delete it?
I just got to shoot. But there's one thing I wanted to say on the Willian point, right? End of the day, all we want is our players to do well. So if Willian gets into form and does well, it's going to benefit the team. So that's what I want. The problem is, I don't know if I'll get it. Now, my hunch is he'll probably stay till next season, because I still feel like Arteta wants to get the best from him. That's why he keeps playing him. So I reckon he's got another season in him here. And, it could work out, but yeah, I'm just not confident.
Predictions for the game before you go.
I'm going to go for a draw. I want to say win, but I don't want to underestimate.
At least give us a 4-4 draw. It's 4-4?
1-1. I'll say on a 1-1, because I can't see else. There's no way we're scoring 4 goals.
I don't know about you guys. I would rather watch a 4-4 draw than friggin' a boring 0-0.
Of course.
Oh yeah, that's.
Why is my
I just want to win the game. I just want to win the game. That's all.
Depends how we concede those 4 goals.
Why is Calum's got Bentnerez's picture?
What?
This Calum's guy got Bentnerez's picture.
Big up.
Oh, no, he always has him. He always has Cam.
I just got
yeah.
Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Now, guys, the last thing that I wanted to bring up for the day, Jack Grealish, right? I know we all talk about him. Everyone tells me I'm crazy to even think we can get Grealish at Arsenal. This, that. I literally had people dissecting the fact that it's impossible for Arsenal to get Jack Grealish if Manchester United are in for him, Man City are in for him. They even say the audacity, he would rather go abroad than play for Arsenal. I'm like, you're joking, right? Like, I generally feel like yeah, bukayo Saka is the key,
That's why the Emirates is the favorite. That's his favorite stadium. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he has said a few.
Yeah, no, he does it.
He likes it more than Villa Park.
Guys, I've said enough about Jack Grealish coming to Arsenal. Can it happen? Will it happen? And do you guys believe it could ever happen? And people in the comment section, be salty if your rivals say no, say yes. Tell us what you think.
I know you can do it.
Can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? I'm not sure, because it all comes down to money, and it all comes down to whether we pay the money to the guy. If we pay the money to Aston Villa and we pay him a decent wage, he will come to Arsenal. And I don't care who says, oh, he can't, he won't come to us. He will come to Arsenal.
I hate all this talk. Why can't we afford him?
Exactly.
Sorry, Brandon. I don't get why other fans think we can't afford him.
But people
we can definitely
our owners are billionaires as well. Oh, did you not know that?
Exactly. People are forgetting that despite the situation that we are in now, we are still a big football club. We still are a rich football club with a billionaire owner. We got Thomas Partey from Atletico. Atletico are playing Champions League football and, pushing for league titles every season. He come to Arsenal. Same for Aubameyang. He left Dortmund, who were in the Champions League consistently year in, year out. He came to Arsenal in the Europa League. Lacazette, you can go on and on and on and on, really. And people forget that we are a big football club. Jack Grealish, if he wants to play Champions League football and he wants Champions League football instantly, he would probably go to a Man City or a Manchester United or a Liverpool. But if he wants to be a main player in the team who could possibly still get Champions League football and have a team built around him, and we throw incentives out there to him as well, I think he'd come to Arsenal. I really genuinely do. But it all comes down to money, and it all comes down to the board.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I think
let me get that. 1 minute, get that funny clips comment up. Yeah. Go up. It's 2 above that guy, yeah. So what? We're actually saying right now, because Villa has won the Champions League, bearing in mind it was nearly
Before any of us was
it
born.
was 40 years ago.
Why would he go to Man United?
So Villa, what? All right, do you know what? Yeah, do you know what? If he was at Chelsea or even United or even Liverpool, I'd understand. But you're bringing your Villa's thing up from 40 years ago. Yeah.
Even with Manchester United, if he went to Manchester United, where would he fit into their team? Because they've already got Bruno, they've already got Pablo, they've already got Van der Beek, they've already got Fred. So where would he fit into their team? That's what I don't understand.
Well, they're saying they might play him on the left wing and put Rashford on the right, but that just doesn't make sense.
That won't work at all. You're not getting the best out of him.
Exactly. Either. He's a centre attacking midfielder. That's it.
I think we can definitely afford him. We'll just do a deal where it's like, 50 million up front and then 55 years or £5 million installments or however we do it. But we'd definitely be able to afford him.
I can't keep my mouth shut. I need to jump in. I'm sorry.
But let me say one more thing. But I think Jack Grealish's ceiling is so high. And I think he is one of the most talented players in world football. And I genuinely believe that he could go and play for any team, Barca, Madrid, Bayern Munich. And I think he'll stay at Villa, and then I think he'll do a massive move abroad. I think the guy is unbelievable, literally unbelievable.
I have a question for you guys. Is it plausible that we can get around 35 million for Eddie Nketiah and Ainsley Maitland-Niles combined? Is that plausible? Yeah. That's plausible, right?
If we took the money from West Ham, like for Nketiah about a month ago, maybe, but his value is just going to be decreasing and decreasing. Like that's the only side from Nketiah.
Say we get at little, maybe like 15 from each, right? That's 30 million, right? Then all we need is another 20 million for the first deposit for Jack Grealish. That's selling 2 players and adding an extra 20 million. Yeah, or Chambers. Exactly. So 16 million Chambers.
Get rid of Willock as well.
Get rid of
Get
rid of Willock. The thing is, I'll tell you one thing. Willock is not going nowhere because they registered him in the Europa League squad. Even though he's on loan at Newcastle, he's still registered for the Europa League squad. So that tells me they're trying to make sure he meets the quota for homegrown. So if we want to keep him, he still meets the quota. I'm not sure how that works.
Well, Grealish is homegrown, so just get rid of Willock for Grealish.
Really.
I think we could definitely afford it. We definitely have the funds to do it.
In 2006,
I think there's something you guys haven't mentioned. The leadership qualities that we lack. He would fit the bill for that leadership qualities.
I mean, I'm having him as captain over Tierney because yes, Tierney's a wonderful leader, but if he is going to get injured every now and then and Grealish isn't, maybe have Tierney as vice captain and Grealish as actual captain. I think Grealish is going to be England captain sooner or later. When Harry Kane goes away, it's going to be Grealish.
Here's a question for you guys: if you had to choose and you could only get one of them, which one would you go and get out of Grealish and Maddison? Which one would you prefer?
We need to stop having this conversation. It's a nothing conversation. We've seen Maddison is not a single player that carries a team. Grealish is a single player that carries a team. Maddison cannot carry your team forward. He's a part of a puzzle.
I think Maddison would be a good addition to us, but Grealish is just that level up. So Grealish will be
there. Yeah, Maddison's decent. He is a really good player, to be fair, but I don't like him, so that's why I'm choosing Grealish. I just find him a little bit annoying. He just loves himself a bit too much in my perception. But Grealish is ridiculous. The sky's the limit for that kid, which is why I don't think we'll get him. But you never know.
Listen, if we were to get Maddison, we would actually be getting a less developed Emil Smith Rowe. Where if we get Grealish, I feel like we have the finish article that can come into our team, hit the ground running, finish. Because I feel like Maddison is big part. The system helps him at Leicester.
Yeah, that's true.
Where look at when Vardy wasn't there the other day. They got slapped.
Grealish is an institution. Literally, you take him, you put him into any team in the Premier League, he creates and attacks and finishes for them.
Hold on, is Barkley on loan or is he?
Yeah, he's on loan.
Do you not fear that getting Jack Grealish could hamper Emil Smith Rowe's development, though?
No, because Jack Grealish could take a Aubameyang spot on the left.
No, you won't play him on the left.
Guys, I know you want to talk about if he could be captain or who he's going to take over from, but honestly, I don't think we're going to get him. I just want to let you know early. We could afford to get him, but I don't think he'll come to us because, like I say, I think he'll have every single club chasing him, and I don't know why he'd come to a team that's work in progress unless he loves Arsenal and is infatuated with us and Arteta. But I think short term, he just go to Man City.
I think that's true, yes, but I think it really depends on like Grealish's like thought process. He has two options. He can go to Man United or Man City. And yes, he can play Champions League, but he's not going to be the biggest person there. He's not going to be the most talked about player. And there's going to be times where they just won't play him. You know, they have other players to play instead of him. Whereas if he comes to Arsenal, he's already in contention for captain. He will be the most talked about player at the club. You know, the shirt sales will be up the roof. Like, he will sell so many shirts. I know that doesn't really matter, but for the club, that's something quite big. And I think he's going to play every single game unless he's injured. Like, if any manager tries dropping Jack Grealish from Arsenal, that manager's just going to get sacked. The fans will just hate that manager. So I
think he'd play every game wherever he went. I think if you're going to talk about signing him for 60, 70, 80 million, I think he'll start wherever he goes. Honestly, he could start at Barca, start at Madrid, start at Bayern Munich. I think he's world class. So I think he'd start anywhere.
If we get Jack Grealish, he would be the closest thing to Beckham. In the English game,
yeah, in terms of like status and stuff, yeah,
like he would be the closest thing to Beckham in the English game. What do you want?
I'm scared of Grealish coming to London though, because we know he's a bit of a naughty boy, and in London, my God, some of the things that he'd get up to. We're a very diverse city.
He'll definitely
really have some fun out here.
Definitely visiting some things in Barking, right?
Yeah.
Anyways,
So.
I think the club just has to look at him though. Like, I think the club just has to look at the benefits for the actual club itself of signing him. Obviously, most clubs are now orientated around money. Again, look at the shirt sales. He's going to sell insane amounts of shirts wherever he goes. But Arsenal, I think he'll sell even more because, like, Man United, you're still going to get your Brunos and all this. Whereas Arsenal, it's like, you know, it's a bit random. It's like Tierney, Grealish, Saka are the three big shirt sales. Yeah. So I think he'll sell a lot of shirts. I think he will propel us up back into the Champions League if we can get one or two more players beside him, which gives us even more money. And I think as well, like, media-wise, it'll be all about Grealish as it is now. Like, the media will always be on Arsenal, which helps the club get like recognition in foreign countries. So I think it just makes sense, like, even business-wise, just sign the guy. Like, just pull the money out the bag and just go and sign him.
Especially if we want to make a statement.
What I'm going to do, guys,
if we want to make a statement, then we need to signing someone like him. Yeah, makes a statement.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys some questions quickly, quick fire questions. Just each person answer as quick as you can. Oh, where'd Brendan go? Okay. So first, I'm going to go to you, Cam. Martinez. Is he going to have a point to prove against us, or do you feel like he's just going to be Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky like he always is?
I don't know, man. He might come up with a point to prove. You know, on the day he's a very good keeper. So, I don't know.
Did you want to keep him or Leno?
Well, I wanted him over Leno, but I'm not like exactly disappointed now because apart from him trying to be super, I don't know what
he thought he was playing tennis. He was
like, what happened to the Jose Mourinho energy, bro? Nah, it's cool.
But yeah, no, like, sorry, no, but now I'm happy with Leno, man. He's proven to be a good keeper for us. So.
All right. So next, I have a different question for each person. Laurie, I'm gonna come to you. Does John McGinn walk into the Arsenal team?
He does. Based on what we've got, he's got that work rate that we lack, and in terms of what he offers, sometimes people forget about him because the everything's focused and centered around Grealish. They don't see what he does and contributes to the team. So yeah, he would walk into our team. I don't know if we could get either of them, he would definitely be someone to consider, as well as Grealish. But yeah, he would definitely bring something different to the team. We wouldn't get as much creativity as we want, but he still tidies up the team. But for me, if we can't get Basuma, he is definitely someone that we should consider, because he's very similar in that kind of a role.
Okay. Thanks for answering that. Now, Kirsten's making me read all these super chats that are very evil. He says Jack Grealish plays for a team that's better than Arsenal. He wants to take a step up, not a step down in his career. I completely disagree. I feel like yes, he could.
Is that the person that said about Luke Shaw being better than Tierney?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Listen,
just really quick.
It's too early to drink alcohol.
Sorry, real quick. Paul Pogba went from Champions League finals to Europa League with Manchester United. So what's the point? Like, what's your point there? He took a step down in his career, did he not? Like, look at Man United now. Since Pogba signed, they've got a lot better. So it doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't. Anyways, next, WSL. John McGinn, Douglas Luiz. Do they walk into our team if either of them were signed?
Both of them, no, because I don't think either of them are getting over Thomas Partey. But if we signed like one of them, they're both getting in. Yeah, I think Douglas Luiz is criminally underrated. I'm sorry, I think he's excellent. He's a world-class player. He's really good. I think John McGinn's just a little bit better than Douglas Luiz, but I think like they both complement each other really well. But yeah, both of them would walk in past Saka for me.
No, don't say that, guys. Kirsten's my guy, even though he's a Man United fan. Now, Harry, I left this one for you. Would you rather have Ollie Watkins over all our striker options for the future?
No.
For the near future, no?
No. I don't see enough in Watkins. I think he's good. I think he's a bit like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think sometimes he'll have good games, sometimes he'll have bad games. I don't think there's enough about him in his overall play to say he should start over any of our strikers. And then I also don't think that he's got enough of an all-round game to start over a Lacazette. And he's not clinical enough to counteract that. If he was banging in a ridiculous amount of goals, I'd say yeah, but he doesn't really do either. He'll probably score about 8 goals tomorrow now, but I'm not that convinced by him. I'd have Lacazette or Aubameyang over him.
So I'm spamming the chat with the StreamYard link. I want you guys to jump back on. Brendan's back. He's one of the first people to get the link. Now, first things first, guys. If this is the lineup that we're going to be facing, what's your score prediction? Because the who scores score prediction is right here, and they're predicting it to be a draw, 2-2. So, what do you guys? What's your score predictions, people?
2-1 off.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I want to say 1-1.
1 second. What?
I want to say a draw, 1-1 or 2-2.
1-1. Score predictions, people in the comment section, and I'm going to be adding people from the chat. First person, Abdullah.
I'm saying 2-1 Arsenal. I think Arteta. I think for his job's sake, in terms of, you know, if he wants people to keep saying Arteta in, he's got to win this game. If he goes on another bad run of form after that Wolves game, he has to get sacked. That's 2 bad run of forms in the space of a year. So I think for his job's sake, he has to bounce back instantly. He has to either get a really well fought draw or a really good win. But a loss for me, I don't care about the red cards. A loss is not good enough. You can't lose twice to Aston Villa in one season. That's not on.
Okay.
So what if
one second, everybody. There's just one of the guys came in from the chat. Abdullah. There's a bunch of guys from the chat. I just need to get to them quickly. Abdullah, are you there?
Yo, sorry, guys. There was a bit of a delay there, but yeah.
What's your predictions for the game, bro?
You know what? I'm gonna do you Arsenal fans a big favor. I reckon it's gonna be. I'm gonna go for a 3-1. Only because I think that, you know, Mikel Arteta, and you may think of me, what's this on? Let me explain to you why. We've seen with what West Ham did, when you nullified Jack Grealish, yes, Aston Villa still a good all-round team, but they're not going to attack you that much, are they? So there's that element where, you know, you could potentially, you know, stop them from having that attacking threat. As long as you know, make sure that you've got Grealish on lock, then how can't you win?
Okay, so you gave us a 3-1. Big up to you, Abdul. And did you have anything else to say before you go, bro?
Nothing really. It's like, you know, good luck to Arsenal. It seems like you were on the up. Obviously, taking a bit of
Who do you support?
Who do I support? Bro, I'm Chelsea. Also, with regards to referees, don't come caring about referees when you played Anthony Taylor in the FA Cup final, all right? So enough said.
That's just Anthony Taylor.
Big up to you, bro.
All right, say no more.
Bless up.
Yes,
Next, we got Indiana. Indiana, what's your score
Why
prediction?
is he under me? Why is he under me, though?
He's under me.
Yeah, this is the wrong way round. Why am I under Arsenal fans?
That's where you belong. That's why.
You belong.
The table says different. The table says different. But listen, I think really, without trolling.
How long does it take before he says Arsenal are back?
You're back.
I'm holding myself back right now. No, Villa should be. I think Villa should be winning this game. If I'm honest. I just think they've got a better balanced squad, and they've been in good form. But what I'm saying is, if you get a result against them at a 1-0, a scrappy game, it's a great result for Arsenal.
And then Indiana will be in the chat regardless, win, lose or draw. Arsenal back. Arsenal back.
No,
they've been in good form.
What's your score prediction? You didn't give a prediction. You're very vague and walking
I'm
around.
I'm not walking around it. I'm saying 2-1 Villa.
Okay.
2-1 Villa. I think Saka gets a goal. Grealish masterclass. Just does bellerín in and
Yeah, Indiana, you know what I'm gonna do? Put the link to your channel in the chat, okay? I'm gonna make you. What is he doing? Yeah,
someone like exercising like a skipping.
He's getting skipping.
Someone put that comment in earlier.
Someone's mum's got the belt out.
No, someone's.
Okay, that's my wife. That's my wife. Kirsten, go ahead.
That's getting match fit.
Huh? What do you say, guys?
Bro, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say this is a really big game for Arsenal. Like, so it's a must-win. They have to bounce back against a very good Villa team. You know, they've got really good players, as you guys have already alluded to. But I just feel like Jack Grealish, if he plays on the wing, I don't know. If he plays on the left wing, he's gonna get a bellerín. And we all know what happened last time Jack Grealish got a bellerín. So, and then they've brought in that Morgan Sanson from Marseille. So they've done business in January. So I feel like they're just gonna have a bit too much for Arsenal. I'm predicting like a 2-1 win for Villa.
Yo, I thought you came here. Bro, Kirsten, you've been throwing salt all day.
I've been throwing salt all day, man.
Super chat. Big up to you, though. Wallahi, you're a nice guy, man. Have a good one, bro.
I'll see you in a bit, man.
Yo, then we got Gio. AC Milan fan, guys. Big up to Gio. What's good, Gio?
My boy, Gio.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Salute, Gio.
Talk to us,
what's
bro.
going on? Man, I you know what, man? I don't know how the Prem lets these refs get away with everything, because I don't know if you guys follow Serie A, but we had an incident with Roma where this referee was out of hand and he got demoted to Serie C. So that's the 3rd division for like about 3 months. That's what you guys need to start doing with these referees. And also, if you guys got the young guys going tomorrow and Pepe got that swag, he's taking people's soul. I think that's the $72 million Pepe. I think you guys will win 3-0.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's a good game, because it's a 4:38 a.m. game over here in California. So hopefully it's a good game.
I hope it's a good game for your sake now, man.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I had it bad in the East Coast, but you got it 10 times worse. 5 a.m. games, eh?
Yeah.
That sucks, man. Think about it. I used to wake up for games that were at 7:30, North London derbies. This guy's waking up at like 5:30 in the morning.
So you gonna go to bed or are you gonna stay up?
Nah, I go to bed and then I wake up. It's because the Prem is the big thing out here in the States, because it's on actual live TV. Every other league is on like an app, so you forget about it. But NBC is like the main thing, so it's always on TV. So yeah, I'm gonna watch the game. I like the Prem, so I'm gonna watch. But 3-0, please don't give me a bore fest. Please do not give me a bore fest.
Gio, you watch the Premier League, but you're not a rival, and you don't support a Premier League club necessarily.
No.
So, as somebody who supports a team outside of the Premier League, what do you think about Arsenal? Because a lot of Premier League fans are very like, Arsenal shit, this is that, throwing salt always. They're not genuine. Do you still look at us as a respectable, like, big club, or do you think of us as a joke now?
Nah, I don't think of. I know Laurie. I've been on other chats with him. Like, I grew up watching Arsenal, because growing up, like, Serie A was always 1-0, so I always wanted to watch football, for entertainment. That was Arsenal for me growing up. I think, like Fabrizio Romano said it, like AC Milan and Arsenal, like we're like this, basically two giant clubs that right now we're even though we're in first place, we're still like we're waking up and out here, man, it's like a big Arsenal, big Man United. So, but I don't think you guys are like a joke. I think you're well respected, stuff like that. But you guys got to get rid of Willian. Teams in the Serie A will take them. The league is 30 and over. Yeah,
Mkhitaryan's doing amazing over there.
Yeah. So get rid of him. Roma and Napoli, they'll take him.
Apparently, Juventus wanted him at one point. So
yeah,
Barcelona almost paid 55 million for him. That's how stupid that club is.
Yeah.
Listen, don't ever tell me Barcelona is a good run club. I know Arsenal is not amazing, but don't ever talk about Barcelona.
They spent 100 million for Dembele and 100 million for Coutinho. What have they given that club? Nothing. Pépé pays them more for Arsenal than they've done to Barcelona.
Anyways, guys, we got another guy here. His mic's been muted the whole time. RZ 1020. Yeah.
Yo. I don't think we can win tomorrow.
He's an Aston Villa fan, then. He's an Aston Villa fan, then.
Nah, I'm an Arsenal fan. If Rúnarsson is playing in goal, oh my God, Grealish is going to have fun. So much fun.
You're not wrong.
No optimism at all.
Nah, this guy's energy is the wrong way. He's energetic, but he's energetic that we're gonna lose. He's like, nah, bro, we're losing.
I don't think we'll lose. I think it'll be 1-1. I just don't see us winning. But Aubameyang should go back into the team after Pepe's good run of form. Aubameyang needs to work his way back.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm going to go 4-0, guys. I think we're going to win 4-0 tomorrow.
Okay, then.
Just to counteract.
My honest opinion, I haven't given my prediction yet. My prediction is a 1-0 Arsenal win. I just see us dragging it out, being a defensive bore fest, and then nicking a goal from a Tyrone Mings mistake, and Martinez looking silly, and Arsenal just being gifted a goal out of nowhere. And if it happens that way, it's super detailed, my description. So if it happens that way, somebody's answering my prayers. Anyways, that's where I'm going to end my prediction. Cam, what was yours?
Mine, I'm going to go for, I said in that, like, I'm not even going to try and be that gas guy right now because, like I said, I try to be that gas guy. This team goes and lets me down when I'm that gas guy. So I'm just going to be the real humble guy. I think it's going to be a draw.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to the next caller, and then I'm going to go to WS and Brendan after. Thanks for RZ1020 for coming on. Big up to you, man. Appreciate it. Now we got my guy. Yo, YS, what's up?
Is he on mute?
Nah, his audio has been acting up for like weeks now. Oh. Hopefully it works this time. Just speak if you can hear us. Shout from the bottom of your lungs. Okay, it's not working. Brendan, what's your prediction?
I'm going 2-1. I think we'll bounce back. I don't know. I just got this sneaky suspicion that we're going to bounce back. Aston Villa just lost to West Ham as well. And Martinez looked a little bit ropey in that game as well. So hopefully he'll continue on with his ropiness and we can get a couple of goals. I just feel like the last game against Wolves, all the decisions and that went against us and that, hopefully the team will show a bit of fight. And I think we need to win the game as well because Villa have got games in hand on us. So if we want to even finish in and around the mid-table, we need to be winning this game. And it's all about confidence and keeping the momentum going. And if we start losing game after game, we could be in trouble after these
I've been
last 5.
saying this is gonna be our defining game right now, man.
Yeah, it is.
This is gonna be our defining
Listen,
game.
every game is the defining game, Cam. Let's be honest.
This one's
the Chelsea game was the defining game. The Wolves game would have been a defining game because we would have went ahead.
No. Hey, guys, listen
like
to
every game is
saying. The reason why I say this is gonna be the that game is because you just come out of that rut before Chelsea. So from Chelsea, we went on a good form. Yeah, we just what's that?
Man City £100 million move for Haaland. Cool.
As long as you don't go Chelsea, I don't care.
Anyway, yeah. No, so as I was saying,
yo, you're not confident at all. Cam usually comes out like, you know what I mean? But
no, you were saying about like how this game's important and that kind of thing.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. This game's gonna be our defining one. That's the one. Only because if we lose this game, that means that's another L. That's 2 L's on the row, and I generally think we're gonna go on and lose the next couple of games after that.
Okay,
but I think if we win, it will be a big win for us because Villa right now are above us, even though they've got like a couple of games in hand over us. It'll be a good win for us, and I believe that will give us a good bounce back for the games coming on. Like, whereas we'll have more confidence in them games. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, I just think this is going to be our defining game of the season. So,
yo, boom, where are you going?
It depends how we draw, innit?
The man has no patience. He couldn't wait for you to finish your sentence. Anyway, boom, come back. But yo, that robe with the beard, impeccable. Anyways, moving on. We got Laurie in the house. Laurie.
Yeah, no, for me, I just keep looking back to the first half against Wolves, and if that's the team that plays that same energy come Saturday, I don't see why we can't win. I'm a lot more optimistic about the team than I was prior to the Chelsea game. I'm not someone that will look at the game. I take it on a game-to-game basis, but for me, there was enough momentum in that game for us to win it. There's still that momentum will still be there. We literally just had to change our tactics for the Wolves game. So whether we had 11 men or whether Lacazette stayed on the pitch, I think that would have made a difference in the game. But overall, I saw enough in that game within that first half to say that I don't see why we can't win it 2-1. Grealish or not, Grealish, McGinn, Luiz, that midfield is good, but I think based on the confidence of our attackers right now, with our wingers and our cam, we've got enough to come away with a 2-1 win, in my opinion.
Okay. And WSL, Harry, you already gave your prediction, so it's WSL's last, right?
Yeah,
man.
I agree with what Cam said, and Laurie, I think this game, but when I said about Arteta earlier, because I think you were going to say something about this, Harry, I didn't mean like this game is his like sack game, where if he loses it, he has to get sacked. I more mean if we lose against Villa and then lose against Leeds and then lose against City and then carry on like this bad run of form, I think, yes, you can look at the reason why, and that's because of the Wolves game, but then you've got to say this, you know, you've got to look at it and say, Arteta needs to keep these players' heads above the water. He can't let them drop, because if he does, that's when we're going to start losing again. I think the players all need to come together and, you know, basically like say, we're not going to let this Wolves game get us down. We're going to bounce back and we're going to beat Villa. And I'm thinking that I think that is going to be there, because if you look at like all the Instagram posts and all that, like I know that doesn't really mean anything, but they're all sticking up for each other. Like they're all obviously showing their anger. But it kind of shows to me that they're all like that they're not letting their heads drop. Yeah. So totally. I'm hoping that Arteta. I think that when we went last on the bad run of form, I think it's because he doesn't have the experience to keep these players' heads up. I think hopefully now he's kind of learned like how to do that. Because you got to remember, like he's going to be learning on the job. So hopefully he has learned how to do that.
Yeah. That's my fear. My fear is that the wounds from that horrible run of form will reappear, and then psychologically the players, their mind or their motivation might alter. But I do think you can separate that bad run of form, because essentially that's when we weren't playing with a number 10. And since then, since that Chelsea game, it seems that we've transformed. And then from that new formation, we've only lost 1 in 8 in really unfortunate circumstances. And I also fear that Villa are going to be on the revenge from the West Ham game. They're going to, their blood's going to be boiling and they're going to be ready to turn that around, which is why I've only said 4-0 to us instead of 5-0 to us. If Villa beat West Ham, I would have said 5-0 to us. But I'm confident for tomorrow because, like Laurie said, man, against Wolves, that's the best 45 minutes of football that I've seen us play in what feels like forever, in terms of like being so convincing on the ball and generating so many chances. So if we play like that, I think we beat anyone. So that's why I'm going for a humble 4-0.
But yeah, I think I've been Arteta out since the Aston Villa game last, like the 3-0. That was like the nail in the coffin for me.
You sound like me before United.
Well, what I'll say is, I think if Pep Guardiola didn't win 6 out of 6 games and only concede once last month, I think Arteta has to win Player the Manager of the Month. Like, obviously, he got nominated for that. I think, yeah, you can say Moyes, yeah, he got him 5th, but Arteta didn't lose a single game. He had the second best defense of that month. Like, I think Guardiola has to win it, but I'll give him his props. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm Arteta out still. I think, but if he can learn on the job, then he can stay. Like, that's the thing for me. I want him to prove me wrong. I want him to make me eat my humble pie and that kind of thing. I think we'll win 2-1. Reason why is I think, like you said, Igal, I think with Saka on the right side and with Grealish coming down that left, I think Saka will do more defensively than Pepe did. I think Pepe started against Villa last time. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, I think he'll offer a bit more defense. I think Bellerín will probably be captain again if Aubameyang doesn't start. And I'll say this, I don't want him to be captain, but ever since he has been captain, he's looked slightly better. He still hasn't been good enough for Arsenal, but he's looked a bit better, like in terms of tracking back and like actually defending his position. So hopefully, I think the players all need to just look at this together and basically say, yeah, Grealish is going to be difficult, but look at what, like, West Ham. We have a better defence than West Ham, and our defence isn't even that good. They control Jack Grealish, so we need to do the same thing. And I think if we can keep Grealish under control, and I think the other big thing for me is Matt Ryan. I'm worried about this guy. He hasn't played in a while. He's been injured, so we don't know how fit he's going to be. I'm a slight bit worried about Matt Ryan, but yeah, I think we'll win 2-1. I'm confident.
She left me.
Don't say stuff like that.
I think if Bellerín gets into Grealish early, and I know that's not really Bellerin's game, but if he gets into Grealish early, he'll have a chance. If you give Grealish the advantage, and that even means just letting him have the ball at his feet and letting him stand you up and do something and shuffle, and he beats you, then Grealish is going to go at you all game. If you can get into him psychologically, he should think, it's going to be another game like it was against West Ham. But I like Bellerín, and I think one-on-one he's not as bad as what we make him out to be, but a player that can get around him is Grealish, as he proved in the last game. So Bellerin's got to be really up for him, man.
If you clocked in the West Ham game, they actually doubled up.
Yeah.
Guys, let me just say the team news quickly. So you already know that David Luiz is out, Leno's out, Matt Ryan's going to be fit, and Tierney might be out. On their end, they just have Wesley, their striker. Is he even Brazilian? And then, what's his name? Courtney Harrison. Yeah, I think, Laurie, your mic is not muted. Okay, I muted it. Okay, and then so they don't really have anybody out. They just have 2 guys out. We have 2 guys out on Reds, and then you know what? It's only 1 game bans. Pretty much everything's done. If anyone wants to jump on, you can jump on. I was gonna wrap it up here, but before we wrap it up, I want to know, guys, what can you? If you could predict the future, what do you think is gonna happen? Not what you want to happen. Because if I say I want a 1-0. I actually don't want a 1-0. I want like a 3-4-0, obviously. But I think it's going to be a 1-0 victory for Arsenal. What do you guys think it's going to be?
My new wife is this.
My guy's moving mad. Bro, chill.
I did show nothing incriminating. You buy them in the shop. You can buy them in the shop. I smoke cigarettes with no filter.
You know, if you did that shit in Canada, they think you'd be rolling. They don't do that stuff in Canada. If you did that in Canada, they think it was weed.
Yeah, I know. I got one of my guys out in Canada as well. Well, my guys' family out in Canada anyway.
There you go. So you want a realistic prediction? Is that what you're saying? You want to?
If you were to say, you know what, you could see what if you could predict the future, what would it be? I'm gonna start with WSL actually, because I know he always gives detailed, good answers. What do you think?
I'm not waved.
But I'll take my biased hat off first because I'm never going to predict an Arsenal loss unless it's like Bayern or City. But I think it's a really difficult game to predict. I think obviously Villa have been quite poor in the last game. We weren't bad, but we should have finished our chances. Like, let's be honest, if we get those chances against Villa and we miss them, the game's over. Like, Villa are one of those teams that you've got to take your chances. So I think, if I'm being honest, I'll say a draw. I'll go with a 1-1, which I think a lot of the bookies are going for as well. But yeah, I think it really depends on, first, if we take our chances, and second, if we can control Jack Grealish and John McGinn.
Yeah. Brendan.
I'm tired. I haven't had nothing today. I've had a busy day.
So,
Brendan.
obviously, what we all want to happen is Arsenal to win, but I don't know. I could see this game going either way, to be honest with you. One thing that we've also got to remember as well is in that first Villa game, we didn't have Thomas Partey in the midfield. You know, and I think he'll be a key. I think he will be the key to also keeping slight control of Jack Grealish in that game as well, because I think he'll do more of a defensive role. I don't know. It's a tough game to predict. And you know what happens when we big all these games up? They end up being boring draws, don't they? So, I don't know. I can see it being a boring draw as well. I don't know.
It's going to be 1-1.
Guys, you guys know.
Sorry, no, I was going to say, I think the most important thing with tomorrow's game is that we don't lose. So even if we draw, we're happy. If we win, we're even more happy. But as long as we don't lose the game, I think that's the most important thing.
People are actually saying 7-0.
I just have to add, if we draw tomorrow, then that Leeds is a must-win.
Yeah,
I'll say this about the draw. If we draw, we probably didn't deserve to draw, I'll be happy. But if it's another one of those where we could have easily won the game, we should have taken our chances, I'm not going to be happy, because that'll be the second time in a row where missing chances cost us 3 points.
Yeah, it's all about
they've got
context.
to take chances.
It's all about context. I completely agree.
Yeah, I just wonder if the desire not to lose will impact how bold and brave we are on the ball. And if it does, then will Villa sense that and really take the game to us? That's what I fear. That's why I think we just need to be proactive and positive. I think, like the Wolves game proved, he took Lacazette off to try and just make us play a little bit safer. And I know we were down to 10 men, but psychologically the players realised that. And then with a minute, you've given Wolves the ball and they've scored. So just psychologically, I think we need to be really, really wary that we can't lose this game, but still play with enough confidence and still try to impose our style, because whilst Villa have many good individual players, we have more good individual players. Saka, Pepe, Lacazette, they can all win you a game. El Ghazi, Traore, they don't necessarily win you a game. Grealish does. Watkins doesn't necessarily win you a game. So I think if we can stamp our personality on the game, we should be able to win comfortably, which is why I think we can win 4-0. But if you want me to be really, really honest, I'd probably say 6-0 to us. No, I'd say 2-1, 3-1.
Yeah, man's trolling. Man said 6-0.
No, 2-1, 3-1, I reckon.
If we win 6-0, I'll personally transfer you money, man.
Oh, that'd be good, man.
No, we need to win 10-0 just to win 10-0 so we can get one over Man United.
Listen, nobody's winning 6-0. We, anyways, TJ's here. TJ, what's the prediction for the game, man?
Well, I mean, it depends.
You're the last caller for the day, by the way.
Sorry?
No, you're the last caller for the day. Just letting the people know in the chat.
Oh, right. Oh, it depends, because if Rúnarsson's in goal, then it can be like 6 or 7 for Villa.
He's not in goal, don't worry.
I think I've realised a lot of people don't like Rúnarsson, do they?
So, I mean, I'm not too sure, but I'm just going to be optimistic and say 2-1 to Arsenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I hope we can win, but I mean, it doesn't really do much for the season. We'll still be in a crap position.
The thing is, if Rúnarsson does play, is Rúnarsson a bad shot stopper? He seems to be an okay shot stopper, right? Apart from the Man City game.
Not from long range.
Not from long range.
And he's not very good. Going to hit long range.
Yeah, and he's not very good with the ball at his feet. So yeah.
Gal, can you quickly pin the comment from Michael? He says, "Sounds like Harry's underestimating Watkins and El Ghazi." I just want to see what you want to say about that, Harry, because I think El Ghazi is quite a good player, but Watkins is inconsistent.
No, I'm not underestimating them. What I'm saying is that I don't think you often see individual brilliance from them. I just think you see them score goals at the end of a team move. And I was saying that because I think with Saka and Pepe and Lacazette or Aubameyang, that there's more individual brilliance in there. I'm not disputing Villa are a fantastic side. They've done incredibly well. And they're really well drilled and well oiled. But I do feel like if one of their players has an off game, whether that be a Grealish or a McGinn, I feel like they don't have as many alternatives. But listen, Aston Villa are a great side and they've signed incredibly well. They've got a good manager. And they're going to have a great season. I just hope tomorrow that we show that we have more quality on the pitch. I'm trying to be very respectful to Aston Villa here because I think if we do lose tomorrow, then obviously you'll never hear from me again. So now I'm trying to back slightly.
Ollie Watkins bagged 2 against us in the first game, so
yeah, he did. Yeah,
he was. Yeah, I think he was probably better than Grealish that day. He was immense that day.
Yeah, but I'm trying to take that run of form away from my mind because for me that was like a fake. That was like a fake month where that wasn't us and everything was going against us. I went to the Burnley game when we lost 1-0 at the Emirates, and it was maybe the worst 90 minutes of my life. It was so bad. So I'm trying to erase all of that from my memory.
Guys, honestly, we could be here all day. I feel like we're going to wrap it up here. Everyone's pretty much picked either Arsenal win or Arsenal draw. No one's really said that they feel like we're going to out and out.
Might do us in, innit?
So hopefully we win. Hopefully we win. A lot of the people in the chat enjoyed themselves. And you know what? Big up to everybody watching. Really appreciate it. And big up to Harry for staying the whole time. Big up to Cam. Big up to Brandon, WSL, Laurie. Big up to everyone who's part of the video, right? Obviously, Rams, who's part of the video. All the people who called in, TJ, yourself, all the people in the chat. Vroom, vroom. We couldn't get to you, but you know what? Vroom, vroom, vroom. We'll see you next time. And then, we're out of here, people.
I got quickly. Yeah. And what time are you starting your watch along tomorrow?
Oh yeah, everyone who wants to know, I'm gonna start my watch along tomorrow, an hour before the video, an hour before the stream. So I'll be up 8:30. Watch along will start 11:30. Game starts 12:30. So see you guys then.